Now, hi Scott. Welcome
Huh.
to the Feldenkrais Guild newsletter, and thanks for offering to teach an ATM. So you've got a training coming up, and this is just an introductory short awareness through movement lesson. Hi
Great,
Scott,
great. I'm
can you
I'm
start?
very happy to be here. Yeah, great. So this is a very short lesson to introduce you to an idea about standing and walking. Start by standing, please. Later we'll sit.
Mhm.
But first stand, shift your weight from one leg to the other, back and forth a couple of times, and notice what's the relation of your head to your feet. Does your head move as you shift your weight back and forth? How? And now go ahead and sit down. Sit on the front edge of a chair so that your feet are clearly on the floor. And touch the top of your head lightly with the fingertips of your right hand. Have your elbow out to the side. Tilt your head to the left a couple of times and notice where your elbow goes. Or then tilt your head to the right a couple of times. And again, notice where your elbow goes. So one way your elbow goes across and a little bit upward, and the other way your elbow goes downward and a little bit out to the side. Bring your head upright and lead your right elbow upward and to the right, very, very gently, very slowly, upward and to the right. Very, very small, even smaller. And it's possible to do this in a very small way without tilting your head at all. The right elbow just starts to lead upward and to the right. As soon as your head starts to tilt, go back because there's something else that is possible. And if you do this many times, very gently, you'll realize it's only possible if your elbow involves your whole torso, all the way down to your sitting bones. And you notice that you're shifting your weight more onto the right sitting bone. Bring your right arm down, and a couple of times, walk on your sitting bones a little bit forward, closer to the edge of the chair, and then a little bit backward, away from the edge of the chair. And you feel this movement of your whole torso walking on your sitting bones. Now go back to touching the top of your head with your right hand with the fingertips, very, very lightly, right at the top of the head. And again, lead your right elbow upward and to the right as you did before, gently, very small, and feel that connection all the way down to your sitting bones. And now go back to standing again. Stand again, put your right hand on the top of your head very lightly, just the fingertips touching. And if you lead with your right elbow up and to the right without tilting your head, in standing, you feel now the connection goes not just to your sitting bones, but all the way down to your feet, and especially to your right foot. Walk a little bit in whatever space you have available to you. And with each step of the right foot, almost imperceptibly, shift your right elbow up and to the right, almost imperceptibly. And I say almost imperceptibly because the point isn't to get your elbow moving. The point is to get your head to relate to your feet. So if you take your right hand off of your head and walk and think about that lengthening through from the top of your head to the bottom of your right foot every time you step on your right foot. And that's the real aim of this lesson, that relationship between the top of your head and the foot that you're stepping on. If you found this useful with the right foot, then repeat the lesson again and just substitute the left side for every time I said right. I hope you'll find it interesting and useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you.
Pleasure, Alex.